Ready, close. Ready, shut. Ready, face. Forward, plunge.
You have to wonder at this point, because, you know, Hunter Biden's like a crackhead, and Joe Biden's completely senile. And then they had Killer Kamala and Nancy Pelosi there with like a Ukraine flag behind him the whole time. I thought Nancy wasn't the Speaker of the House anymore.
Let's look 8 years ahead. 2030. The history of the new Ukraine is studied all over the globe. Why? Because Ukraine became the most digital and convenient country in the world. Scripts have replaced bureaucrats. 500,000 former public servants are successfully integrated in the new economy. No more red tape, but paperless. No more banknotes, but cashless. Yes, we became the first country to abandon paper money. Ukraine now has the best tax system for the IT industry and the most affordable e-residency. Thanks to Ukrainian engineers and programmers, the R&D centers of the world's top technology companies operate successfully, and Ukraine ranks first in the world by the number of startups per capita. Ukrainian courts are guided by artificial intelligence, and all notarial acts take place online. Ukrainian customs is fully automatic and the fastest in the world. Customs clearance and car registration can now be done in 3 clicks from your smartphone. Because of war and internal migration, we have built the most flexible and modern digital education. Brave military and civilians get quality treatment with modern remote monitoring and e-health systems. Ukraine also has the most effective cyber defense in the world. After the horrors of 2022, Ukraine focused on security systems. Now every production facility has its air defense system, and the sleep of Ukrainians is protected by an ultra-modern Iron Dome. The Ukrainian government is digital, more like an IT company in terms of the efficiency of implementing decisions, and one can register a land plot, start construction, open a business or get a license, and register a car or real estate from a smartphone, automatically, in 1 click. Ukraine is the freest and digital. This is all because international partners and the world's leading technology companies supported the Digital for Freedom initiative and united to help Ukraine recover through digitalization. Building a new Ukraine together, free and the fastest, brave and digital.
They're kind of like taking it over and making it another country that they own and funneling billions of dollars into it and turning it into basically almost like a test case for the World Economic Forum. Like everything they talked about in that video is what Satan Claus wants. They want 100% online services. They want paperless. They want cashless. They want a digital government. They want AI in the courts, digital education, e-health, digital customs, 5G, of course. And they'll probably be trying to wipe out most of the Ukrainians. They're basically using the Ukrainians, a lot of them, as basically cannon fodder. The US, NATO, and the globalists as a whole. Here's Netanyahu in 2017 talking about how easy it is to take over countries.
With the click of a button, you can bring down nations to their knees very rapidly, if you so desire, and if you're willing to take the risks, because every system can be hacked.
And here's Netanyahu recently.
Examples, so you'll see, because I don't want to bore you with detailed plans, but they are detailed in my mind. We came out of COVID first. I described that in my book, my conversations with Albert Bourla of Pfizer, and I persuaded him to give tiny Israel the necessary vaccines to get us out first from the COVID. And the reason I could do that is because we have a database, 98%, a medical database, 98% of our population has digitized medical records and little card. And anywhere you go in any hospital in Israel, north, south, doesn't make any difference. Boom, you punch it in and you know everything about this patient for the last 20 years. I said, we'll use that to tell you whether these vaccines, what do they do to people, not individual people, not with their individual identities, but statistically, what does it do to people with, meningitis? What does it do to people with high blood pressure? What is it? You want to know that. So Israel became, if you will, the lab for Pfizer. And that's how we did it. We got it out. And we gave the information to the world. Not only, it's been published in medical magazines and so on. That's a database we have. I intend to bring on that database of personal medical records for entire population, a genetic database, genomes, okay? Give me a saliva sample, volunteer. But I'm sure most people would do it. Maybe we'll pay them. Now we have a genetic record on a medical record of a robust population. You have to have diversified populations. We have people from 100 lands. This is a very powerful engine. Now let pharma companies, let medical companies, let them run algorithms on this database, okay? I'm telling you right away that I'll give preference for a few years to Israeli firms, but you can create, and then to the world, but you can create, a biotechnological industry that is unheard of right now, unimagined even. And these are just the examples. So we can become stave off Iran, become a light unto the nations in groundbreaking technologies that will benefit not only Israel, but our neighbors in the Middle East and the entire world, which is what is happening anyway, but bring it to a higher scale.
What was the actual agreement between Pfizer and Israel? And the Israeli government said they looked for a while and they couldn't find it. They lost all the documents. CEO Bourla was featured by the New York Police Department just a few months ago as a hero and spoke at their dinner. And apparently they had a bunch of Pfizer documents. Oh, breaking news. No, not anymore. So now the warehouse that stores Pfizer's documents is mysteriously burning to the ground. Do you smell cover-up? I think people like Zelensky and Theresa Tam and Justin Castro, they spend 90% of their time just doing what they called in Hunger Games like propos, propaganda movies. And they just put out another one with Theresa Tam.
Well, kids, I'm just doing my yearly call to the North Pole for Santa's holiday health check.
Why, hello, Dr. Tam.
By Pfizer. Everything's brought to you by Pfizer.
Today's countdown to the royal wedding is brought to you by Pfizer.
And now a CBS Sports Update brought to you by Pfizer.
Meet the Press data download brought to you by Pfizer.
This portion of CBS This Morning sponsored by Pfizer.
So I got Theresa Tam saying how she's vaccinating Santa Claus.